What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on?
It's a late night show, so we can say these things. We can be a little crass. We can say some dirty things.
If I was a woman and I knew what to tell people how to make me come the quickest, I would let everybody know. I'd put it on a t-shirt and wear it around.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to another Friday night. Joined by my beautiful co-host, Forrest Mommy. I am Paul, and we are here to discuss the week. How's your week been?
Amazing.
What'd you get into?
I went to was it Tuesday? On Tuesday I went down to the Capitol and hi Alice, hi Dickie, hi. Wait, let me say hi to everybody. Hi Kaylee.
I co-sign her eyes. I'm co-signing these eyes.
Hi Dickie. Hi Adam. Hi Alice. Oh, I was gonna wear a blazer for a minute, but I forgot to put it on. We'll put the phone number up soon. Dickie's probably fucking drunk as fuck, but we'll put the phone number up after a little
We
bit.
want to do it while we're on YouTube?
No, probably shouldn't, right?
Yeah. Stoner's
Hi,
the only one
Tony.
over on YouTube.
Is he there? I just sent him the link.
Yeah, he's there. I sent it in Discord. He's got a lifeline every week. I think about him. He's the only reason I post in Discord.
Oh, for a stoner?
Yeah. My only means of communication with him.
He texts me so much. It's so funny. And he knows that I don't answer every time, but he still just texts me all the time. I love it. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. I went to the Capitol on Tuesday and it was so fun. They know who I am down there. Some of these people, the Speaker of the House was looked up at me and she saw me and she smiled. And I'm like, ugh, whatever.
Explain to me what your governor and your senator are trying to pull off. Are they trying to pull off a switcheroony? Like your senator's gonna, your federal senator is going to become your governor, and Polis is going to become your senator.
Bennett said he's going to. Our AG is running for governor. Bennett is running for governor. They're going to have to figure it out who's going to do it, but I don't know. Bennett's an idiot. He's not even from Colorado.
Is Polis termed out? Is that why he's not running again?
Yeah, Polis is termed out. So that's why he's been trying to say he's libertarian because he wants to be president. He wants to run for president. So.
Who wants to run for president? Polis?
It's all true. Yeah. Polis wants to run for president. I don't know after this term. I don't know after if our culture changes now. Actually, we actually stop being stupid progressive losers. Then I don't think it'll work. But I don't know. They're dumb. They're all announcing
that he thinks he stands a chance on a national stage.
And they're all announcing now because it's Act Blue campaigns and they're just trying to launder money from campaign funds through Act Blue. So that's a lot.
I feel like the money laundering game isn't that great anymore.
It is through Act Blue, though.
I watched the first 5 minutes of Elon on JRE. I saw it pop up in my feed today, and I watched the first 5 minutes. And within the first 5 minutes, I'm like, oh man, make sure you talk to Forrest Mommy about this episode tonight, because it's literally Elon railing on NGOs, breaking down how the American taxpayer is funding the NGOs for them to throw the bullshit back at us. We're funding our own demise through NGOs. I was like, yeah, Jess would love this.
Yeah, because when I go to the Capitol and speak or whenever I testify, it's all these NGOs and nonprofits that show up and testify to get more money. It's not regular people who are defending themselves, and it's just all for money. It's just all stupid. How do I sound, everybody? I got a new mic. Do I sound sexy? Do I sound sexy?
Ask her to put her beer on the table in front of her. Clunk. Comes through louder than your voice.
Well, we'll fix that later, okay?
We'll fix it. That is fixed. Speaking of fixable, as Jess has already mentioned, after we're off YouTube, we will be doing a call-in show tonight. And it is fixed. We have verified and double triple checked. I have it. New setup, new wiring. It's not going to break. And we're not going to spend 2 hours of watching Paul struggle through trying to figure out how to make the audio work.
And having Social Observer call my normal phone. It was fun last time. It was silly, but people were loving it for some reason. They love a hot mess, I think.
Yeah, everybody loves watching a guy lose his fucking mind slowly dealing with a soundboard.
And me just
High
giggling.
quality
I will.
entertainment. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's not important.
I think you're just like, no, not doing it. So, okay, the way Elon was explaining this to me, he's like, it's not George Soros who's funding all like the rioters and all the woke bullshit. He said what it is George Soros places a small investment into an NGO to go into a local area, and they pay one person a full-time salary, and then that one person riles up a bunch of troops for free through the NGO. Once the NGO is established, then the government's funding the NGO. George Soros is taken out of it. His money's out of it. And then it's the American taxpayer that's paying for all the shit that we're blaming on George Soros. And all he
but
did
he does put money in. He does put some money in.
initially until the U.S. taxpayer started flipping the bill through USAID.
Yeah, when we were following some of the money, there's always these random $500,000 secret donations into a lot of these places. And I was like, I think that's him. But then it's all mixed in with all this other money going back and forth with all the nonprofits and NGOs and stuff. So yeah, it's not all him. Everyone's following Data Republican now, I'm sure, who's actually a very hot deaf person. Did you see her? She was on camera.
Who is this now? What's her name?
Have you looked at this website? So Data Republican is her on Twitter, and she basically is this like autistic deaf person who made a website where you can track all this. You could just put in the EIN number.
Republican.com?
I don't know if that might be it, but on Twitter she's Data Republican. But she's tracking all this stuff, and it's like along with Oilfield Rando and stuff, it's been helping people see that. Like you can see all this taxpayer money, how it gets funded, and all these webs. It's webs. They have built these webs of these organizations and all of this money that like goes through, and she got doxxed because she was finding corruption and stuff. So of course she got doxxed.
Oh, this is a really well built website.
Is it where you can search stuff and whatnot? Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you ever see the accountant?
Broken down between charities, principal officers, bulk NGOs, small dollar donations, federal grant searches. This is fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Charity funding.
She's like in the movie The Accountant, which you guys put on that was on this week's, wasn't it? The Accountant?
Yeah, it lost like dead last.
Oh, well, I think that's what I voted for, because there's that like weird autistic girl who can't even talk, but then she's the one who's like telling him what to do. You know what I mean? That's like what this girl is. This is what she reminds me of, but she's deaf and she's been on video now. So Data Republican.
She's hot?
She's not bad looking.
You catch fingers, is what you're saying?
I don't know. Is that appropriate with a deaf person? She'd have to give me a lot of consent first.
Is there any deaf people in the audience, or do you know a deaf person? Is fingering a deaf chick off limits? Is this a rule that I never knew about?
No, but you have to get like consent, and it'd be like, I don't know.
I mean, a fucking head nod is consent. I mean, this is the international symbol. Like, if I look at it, I'm like, and she's like,
yeah.
Girls catching some fingers.
Her legs are spread, and yeah. I mean.
Hog Dog says he voted Constantine, which won, and which I watched last night, and I will not spoil my opinion until tomorrow. It's fucking awesome. I'm sorry.
Which one won? Which one?
Constantine. It's one of my favorite movies. Doug nominated. That's the funny part.
I think I ever saw.
So I was not mad that. Oh, you've never seen Constantine with Keanu Reeves? Do you know who John Constantine is? Like the comic book character?
No, not the comic book character. Is this like a devil? Is it the devil one? Is it the devil one?
Okay. So John Constantine, when he was born, rewind, hold on. I'll give you a quick, easy breakdown. Our world is actually a battleground for heaven and hell, like what a lot of people perceive it if you're a Christian. Okay. In our world, God and the devil made a pact that they will never physically enter our world. However, They can only have influence. Like angels can influence, and demons can influence you to do the wrong thing, right and wrong. Got it? You with me? So they're walking amongst us. When John Constantine was born, he was born with the gift of seeing the reality of our world. So he can see demons, he can see angels out in the open. He can differentiate between the two. He doesn't understand it as a child, and like you know what I mean.
He just sees
Everybody thinks
shit. He thinks he's
yeah,
crazy.
everybody thinks he's fucking crazy.
Is Al
To where, like,
Pacino in this one? Is Al
no, he's
Pacino?
not. No,
Oh, who am I thinking of? Sorry,
I
keep
think you're
going.
thinking of devil. I think you're thinking of Devil's Advocate with Johnny Depp
Yeah.
or Hell's Gate,
I-
something like that. I think you're thinking of the one with Johnny Depp. Anywho, so at the age of
Hi,
12,
Daniel.
because everybody keeps calling him crazy, he decides he's going to kill himself because he doesn't want to live with this anymore. And of course, when he dies, he commits the ultimate sin of killing yourself, which there's no redemption for, and goes to hell. He was in hell. He died for 2 minutes, and then they revived him in reality. But 2 minutes in hell is like an eternity, so he spent 2 minutes in hell. And when he came back, realizing now that he committed suicide, he can never enter heaven. He decides he's going to spend the rest of his life exorcising demons from our plane of existence back to hell, in hopes that he can win God's favor back to win his place back in heaven. But that's not how it works, because he knows what I love about Constantine is he knows the truth and still chooses not to do the John 3:16 thing and accept Christ into his heart, which I think is hilarious. Like
He
he
does the
knows
works.
100%.
He does the. He
Yeah,
goes and fights and does the
he
works. Or whatever.
and that's what you learn about him is like angels explain to him like you're not gonna buy your way back into heaven by exorcising demons from earth. Like you got to do it through faith. You got to do it through like genuine caring. You got to do it, and plus you committed suicide. It's even though you're alive, you died. You committed suicide. You killed yourself. Ultimate sin, no forgiveness. And then the movie Constantine is Keanu Reeves plays Constantine.
Who plays the devil and who plays God?
You ever seen Fargo?
Yes.
Remember the other guy with Steve Buscemi? Remember the wood chipper guy?
Yes.
Famous wood chipper scene? That guy plays the devil.
Okay. Okay.
And then God is not depicted.
Okay. The church will give you freedom if you got. Yeah, I mean, I get why a lot of. I mean, obviously, some of the Christian religions say as long as you've asked Jesus into your heart, you'll go to heaven no matter what. But nobody's allowed to kill themselves. Okay, no one can kill themselves because if you kill yourself, you're letting them win. So
I'm not
can't
going to
do
tell you
that.
how to live your life or not live it, as the case may be.
There's some people who should, like the pedophile from my school district locally. He did it, and more of them should do it. Another one did
In
it,
his case,
and
good move.
yeah.
We're on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, is that
Fuck.
bad?
I'm pretty sure you can't say suicide on YouTube. Well, we're going to find out now, aren't we?
Well, we can drop YouTube if we want. We can't come
We got 15 minutes. Let's give Daniel and Stoner their 15
Stoner.
minutes.
Anyways, yeah. So I was at the Capitol this week, which was fun. Us girls, we get to hang out in one of the we know a handful of the legislators, so we hang out in their office, and we brought snacks. We're eating, and it was fun. And my friend testified on a bill, which I ran home first because I needed to record it from this end. I didn't testify, but it was so good. She did such good testimony, so it was fun. It was on a bill that says you can put their preferred gender on their death certificate. It's so dumb what these people are trying to do. And then,
They're
what was
fighting to not get misgendered after death.
yeah, they said
Is that what
they'll
you?
be erased. They'll be erased if they don't have their wanted gender on their death
How great would it
certificate.
be? Because defamation doesn't exist upon death. Like we could say whatever we want about Jeffrey Epstein because he's dead. There's no such thing as defaming the dead. Can you imagine if Colorado becomes the first state that makes defamation of the dead illegal through misgendering somebody after they die?
Oh,
Dude,
it would
if
be
Colorado
illegal.
does that, you gotta start thinking about moving.
There was it passed committee. It passed committee. It's and it does have it basically falls on the funeral directors or whatever. If it doesn't, they're trying to make it's a crime, and you would get a crime for not gendering them right on the death certificate. It's so stupid. But what was funny is Yeah, Hog Dog said so there was a trans dude who vandalized a Tesla thing. He's a dude. It's a dude. But all the news people have been saying a woman did it. And you look at it, it's a dude. It's like not even trying to
Hi,
be.
my name is Janine.
Yeah, it's so bizarre what they've been. It's the 2 + 2 = 5 stuff. It's like we see that's not a woman. We can clearly see that's not a fucking woman. But yeah, so that bill was fun, and I had a bunch of friends testifying on it, which is fun. And a guy named he's a bigger guy on Twitter, Colin Wright, and he testified on it, which I appreciate when people are bigger and they do this kind of stuff, because this is like actual politics and actual shit. And he's like a evolutionary biologist, something. He's like, there can't be like women can't get testicular cancer. So if we, if we're seeing that, that's not right. That's not reported. Same with the crime and all that stuff. Hey, Dubs. It's wild. It's so wild with these. But the lady, the one sponsor of the bill, she basically said something in her, like, I think it was in her closing statements. She basically said, well, kids know their sexual identity in the second trimester or something. Then we're like, what? And they're so pro-abortion.
Hold on. We might be able to find some common ground here. If they think that children can find their fucking gender identity in the second trimester, that means that they're a human capable of thought, correct?
Right?
Not passing through the vaginal canal?
Hold on. Let me give you the link. We could watch it. It's real quick.
We love hearing every single button press.
Sorry, everybody.
No, it's good. It's good. We'll get it fixed.
But at least I sound good. But yeah, it's like, okay, then let's kill all the trans. If the baby knows it's trans in the second trimester, let's abort them, because trans life is so hard for this poor thing.
I mean, this would be the ultimate argument of compromise. Like, okay, yeah, sure. They can pick their gender. Well, if they can pick their gender, they're human, and if you abort them, that's murder. They're not a clump of cells anymore. Once Steve decides he's Janine, not a clump of cells. Written in the Bible.
I put the link in the private chat if you want to watch it.
You put the link in the private chat? Am I gonna get to see this fucking dude she dude?
No. This is the at the testimony at the committee hearing. Health and Human Services. And a black Democrat voted against it but you want to know why the black Democrat voted against it? Because it made a criminal charge instead of, that always hurts the blacks more. So.
Human Services, February 25th, 2025.
But this bill is about respecting our fellow humans. It's certainly about honoring our family members. It's personally important to me as a very loving mom of a non-binary person. But this bill is about respecting our fellow humans.
Oh, maybe that's not it. That's one. No, there's another one, but she's also she has a non-binary, like all these people have these non-binary kids, and they're trying to make, like, another lady on the committee was like, oh, my kid's still figuring it out too. And it's like, what the hell is wrong with you people? They're so trans Munchausen's or whatever. Oh wait, here it is. Here's the good one. Sorry everybody for hanging on for a minute.
They watched me struggle for 2.5 hours last week trying to figure out how to make our voices not scramble and fail miserably. They're okay, Jess. Quit fucking pandering to these retards. They'll be okay.
Oh wait, no, that's not that's a different link. But yeah.
It looks like the same link.
I don't think it is. It's different numbers.
My bad. Present. I'm sorry, everybody, that's taking me so long to hit the share screen. I'm just kidding. Go fuck yourselves. I'll get to it. I'm good and goddamn ready.
We know even from fetal development perspective that sex is defined in the first trimester of pregnancy, whereas the beginnings of the sense of gender identity start in the second trimester of pregnancy. So certainly often these two things match up, but often they don't. And we know even from fetal development perspective that sex is defined in the first trimester
Oh,
of
that's it.
pregnancy.
Yeah.
The
So she just admitted though, like that even there's like it's just they think of fetus as like nothing, but it also can have its gender identity in its second trimester. Like they just say this stuff. It's just so like stupid. Like, it's so stupid that they would even bring this bill and this weirdo excuse me, this weirdo like cross-dresser tranny dude showed up who was like 6 foot. You could tell it was like an older cross-dresser, but it's totally like leaning into trans stuff now. And he was like, and I posted it on my site, Hi Social Observer, and he was like, ugh. And if my life is lived and then I don't have the right gender on my death certificate, it's like I didn't even exist or whatever. And I'm like, I think your name and who you are is what matters. And guess what? When we all die, there's a very good chance none of it fucking matters. No one will ever remember us ever again. So what are you talking about? Like it's just so stupid.
I am
But
curious to. I would, and this goes to any veteran out there in our chat, because I know Dubs is here. Learning how many trans were serving, and these people were serving in the military over the last couple of years, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall, like at commands, because they have to shelter these people in the military. How do they do it? Because I can remember times where like somebody be like, like Paquette, get your ass over here. It's actually pronounced Paquette. I don't give a fuck what it is. You're going to be called shithead for the next 3 years just because you said that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know how these people fucking survived in the military. And I know how it did. Because the military fucking put kid gloves on and became an absolute fucking soft haven and, like, let every fucking stupid person win. Pete Hegseth is doing the Lord's work. Doing the Lord's work.
yeah. I knew some people who did serve in like trans afterwards, which that's whatever. If you want to fucking do that, that's fine. But yeah, in there, it's like, yeah, I don't.
Laser mommy.
It's a little chilly. I'm a little chilly. It's nice here. Yeah, but they're using the money to do that. Like, it's no. That's elective plastic surgery, and the taxpayer should not fucking be paying for that at all. Like, flat out, at all. Are we kicked off of YouTube yet?
We got 8 minutes.
They won't let me even call a dude in my division a gooner.
What is a gooner? I've been hearing gooner a lot.
It's like
Dickie, hit me
I know.
up.
I learned it recently. It's like jacking off or like coming, gooning. I think.
If that's the case, I'm a gooner like a motherfucker.
I'm a gooner. Oh,
Gooner has multiple meanings, including a foolish person, a fan of Arsenal Football Club, and a slang term used for queer culture. Gooner can also describe somebody who's foolish, deliberately acts in a foolish way.
Oh,
Don't
no.
care about the soccer fan.
Gooning. So what is it then? Just
it's a term for queer. It's like calling somebody queer without actually saying queer. So like you can't say the N-word. So like we say joggers now. Like, oh man, did you see all the joggers that were there? You know what I mean? It's still doing the thing you want to do without saying the thing that nobody says you're allowed to say.
okay. Tony's given a pretty in-depth. You're in severe frothing at the mouth, horned up state from not coming. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's not me. I am not a gooner then. I'm like Niagara Falls over here.
Yeah, you jack off a lot. Maritalk, I literally
Pipes
don't
clean,
give a
man.
shit. So as long as you're proficient, it's squared away.
Yep.
Yeah,
right.
you still had to
100%
provide. Right. You had to, or you not provide, but you had to prove that you could do what you're fucking doing. That's all.
And if you tried to make anybody else's life inconvenient to make your feelings more convenient, you were fucking doubly fucked. That's when you were getting supremely roasted in the military. And I feel like that had to go away. And it was like, hey, everybody, you know how Jennifer, not James, Jennifer, like we have to think about her feelings. So I can imagine that just sucked being in the military. In that atmosphere, I wouldn't want to be.
Well, and that's who they were like advertising to for a while. They're like advertising towards the weird tranny young kid, like faggot or gay stuff. Like that was some of.
And when they realized World War III was on the horizon, it was like, oh, maybe we fucked this up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe we need that toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Actually,
Let's go back to sending masculine poor whites and blacks into war. That was a way better plan than sending the fucking clown show.
Yeah, it's so
Seriously though, if you're
bizarre.
trans, live your life. I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I just don't want you
Yeah,
fighting my wars.
Yeah, and or you don't need to be paying your hard-earned money on
Or you could
it.
go the route of that Colorado teacher, building supervisor, superintendent, whatever he was.
OB child into child. Oh yeah, dude. And there was another one that happened recently. Another guy in Connecticut was he was in the school district position, and he was under charges, and he did it too. And I'm like, it's good and it's bad because sometimes it's harder for them to investigate when they're gone, but also if a whole bunch of freaking school board or school district people start dropping. There was another, it happened like 3 times here in Colorado where a teacher groomed a kid away from their parents and like tried to emancipate them and turn them into a tranny. Like it's what? It's so weird. It's so. Ugh. I
I'm
can't
curious.
handle it.
So for those who don't know, I'm in college right now to get a degree in graphic design, which I have no plan on using for a practical purpose in the real world. But you're paying for it, so thank you. But once I get my degree,
You'll
because
use
right
it.
now
You'll use
I'm
it.
I'm explaining what I'm using it for. So in case you guys didn't know, everywhere in the world is starving for bus drivers and substitute teachers. And now they've relaxed the law so much on substitute teachers. The only requirement in Michigan and Wisconsin is to have a college degree, and you're hired like instantaneously. And some school districts pay $250 a day to have you come in and sit with the kids. So my plan is like I'm just going to do like substitute teaching twice a week, and that'll be my
Yeah,
part-time job.
I mean, why not? And you would
And
be
I
good at it because you're like you're not a truny weirdo. You're normal.
correct,
You know.
very much correct. I would literally go in and I'd be like, "My name is Paul. Here's the story of my life. What are you guys working on right now?" Like, I would want to just substitute for high school history and be like, "What are you guys learning? Let me give you the truth of what really happened." So after we
Right.
got done giving disease to all the Indians, as planned, and we wiped them off the continent.
And we took their guns. We disarmed them. So maybe we shouldn't disarm people again. You know. So
In
anyway,
fairness, we gave them the guns to begin with. I mean,
true.
so thank you.
Anyways, there's
All
not.
right, I think we can say goodbye to YouTube. We met our
Yeah.
obligations.
Bye,
Daniel,
YouTube.
Stoner.
Daniel's over. I told Stoner to come over.
Oh yeah, Daniel's already here. My bad. Remove.
Ada.